like to begin by saying my heartfelt thanks to Business World for having me here. On a reflection, it's true, India had the scholarly learning where maybe 3,000 years to 1,000 years ago, you had people learning under the wings of scholars. But somehow last 1,000 years, that has been lost, it appears. And that could be reason is we divorced or separated research from education. And this happened in many countries, especially North European countries, in other countries as well. But the last 20, 25 years, they realized for them to compete and also train a future manpower, they need to combine research and education. I read the newspapers. It says loud and clear. Many policymakers, media also talk about India should have world-class universities given a large population and the intellect it has. Second one, India would like to innovate and have a competitive economy. India likes to inspire young people where the median age is about 25 or 26 years. How do you do that? Is essentially having the research-based education bringing to the universities. And this has multiple effects. One is the professors or lecturers would be a lot more involved, more engaging. They would be able to inspire the students. On the side of students, they would be a lot more confident because they are experimenting with hands-on experience as well as deeply involved in looking for information, assembling the information, trying to solve the challenges. So my own view is India is behind the curve. If you compare to the other comparable nations in the world, it is behind the curve, primarily because India is not investing sufficiently in research and innovation. A comparison was asked between Singapore or any other developed country. They spend anywhere between 2.5% to 3.5% of GDP on research and innovation. India has not been doing that. And I think in that sense, I feel it's an opportunity for committing more resources. Then the question is, what is the insight I would want to give you? India has a large higher education sector, or you want to call it tertiary education sector, with 600 universities, close to 30,000 colleges that was mentioned. You do not need to have one size fits all. You don't need to have that. Neither Germany, neither Singapore, neither the United States. I have not seen a single country that has one size fits all for all the universities. Perhaps you could consider 10% of your institution to be more focused towards world class, where a significant amount of research has to take place. And perhaps it is so ubiquitous, it is there, pervasive in every aspect of the university function. And then you could have a middle band, which is focusing on user-inspired research, and it could be in a selected areas. And you could have a third band, pretty much focused on industrial-oriented research. As I say this, I'm not expecting you to segment, group these institutions. Rather, you let the choice taken up by those institutions. But the focus is let them compete, let them excel, provide the right resources, infrastructure, and benchmark yourself internationally, even though it is very attractive to benchmark yourself nationally. But I think there is no such thing called completely nationally driven agenda. One should always keep an eye on what is going on globally. And this is where Singapore experience as well. Everything we do is compared, benchmarked globally. So in a nutshell, I also say that many emerging countries, the higher education is relatively new. So they don't need to feel bad about it. In fact, I have comparison of many countries and continuously running tertiary education university in that country. If you notice it, in most countries, emerging countries, it's less than 200 years, or some cases only 30 years. So given such a short period, and you are comparing with the European universities as well as European universities facilitated American universities, lagging behind is not necessarily something one need to be ashamed. I think what is more important is, given the short span, you already progressed well. You need to put more energy, more focus, and do the right thing. I'm sure, given the intellect and the vibrancy India has, it will always have a bright future. And thank you again.